This is a small test of the Yamaha XT660Z and the XT1200Z. This is the model 2012 and with small adjustments onto the software. You can see there's an optional seat on this bike. It sits well, but if I buy this bike, I won't place this one. And I have extra suitcases on this bike. Yeah, you do not notice a lot when you're driving with it, but you can put a lot of stuff in it. This is a bike with about 50 horsepower, enough for riding in the city, and you see a 21-inch front wheel, good handling on off-road use. This bike is great to drive in the city, in the traffic. It's very capable maneuverable, and I really like this bike. Low fuel consumption, and the price of this bike is not that high in Holland. This bike has ABS braking system, but the Pirelli tires on this bike, I don't like them. The Michelin Chirac from the earliest years are better than this Pirelli Scorpion tires. This bike has long suspension in front and in the rear, and so you can take a lot of humps and bumps in the road. This bike, you can get a lot of accessories for it. So I said large cases on it. The really thing I don't like on this bike is the windscreen. Too much noise, turbulence on my helmet. I really don't like it. But I think when you change the windscreen, you can make it better. And this bike, you can get in several colors. There's a color white, but I like the blue one the most. A few years ago, I make a movie about this bike in blue, and then it looked better. This bike have good handling on the road, but when you're driving high speed, about almost high road speeds, you can notice that the bike is just moving a little bit. But it's very easy to maneuver. That's great about this bike. For real off-road use, the bike is maybe too heavy, but for the most of us riding in city for your work and on not too bad off-road, it will be good enough. Now we have the 1200, a lot more power, 110 horsepower, but the fuel tank has the same capacity as like the 660, about 23 liters. When you can, the only thing I really miss on both bikes, there's no gear indicator on it, and only the 1200 have a fuel consumption notifier on the dashboard. And when I just driving, it's not too hard to drive about 1 liter every 20 kilometers. But when you make a few sprints and use the power, then you get 1 liter on 15 kilometer. The 660 use less fuel. You really have to push it to the limit when you get that fuel consumption on the 660. This bike has standard ABS. This is other type of engine, and this is a parallel twin, and other is a 1-cylinder engine. Now you can see the dashboard. It's more luxury. I really like this dashboard. This bike have not a chain but a cardan. I like that too. No itchy, no messing up with grease and other stuff, and low maintenance. This bike must be in the market to be a BMW R1200Z killer. Well, it's a great bike, but I think the BMW is better. This bike have also a set of Acropolis exhaust. It sounds great. This bike have an opportunity you can choose the mapping of the engine, and I like the T mapping the most. Then is the bike not that snappy, but this bike have better software than the old versions I drive when this bike was introduced. This bike have a 6 gearbox. You can see the nice exhaust, and this bike drives well on higher speed, more power. And they have a smaller front wheel, 19-inch instead of 21, like the 660 have. And this bike is designed for the big touring thing. You can step on this bike and you drive to the south of Europe with this bike, no sweat. And when the pavement is bad, no harm is done. That's great about this bike. And if I buy this bike, I put the other tires on it. I think about Metzeler Tourans EPX. Better tires than this Scorpions. I really don't like this tires. It takes a lot of time when you have some heat in it, and when you have heat, it gets very easy out, and then you have to start all over again. This bike do not vibrate a lot. The 660 vibrate a lot more. We're almost of the end of this review. I hope you like this review, and maybe I see you later. Bye.